This is my other Potentilla. I don't know if you watched my previous video, but this is also from where I lived in Aarhus in Denmark, the apartment building where I lived, which I have just sold a month ago. And we can soon start buying a house down here and turning that into a bed and breakfast, which is also going to be a big part of this channel. Me renovating an old stone house here in Italy and turning it into a bed and breakfast on the long run. Maybe we build a tiny house to live in first. There's some cool ruins on the place we're trying to buy. We don't know, but firstly, this video is about this Potentilla, which desperately needs some pruning and some wiring. And I, as pretty much per usual with my bonsai videos, I don't know if I want to keep this big branch here, this sort of hanging branch, and then start the tree up here, or because I don't feel like I have a branch close enough to this one. This could actually also be a cool front. But I don't know if I want to keep this branch. I feel these two branches are too far apart for it to look good. This was actually the back of the tree, but it looks pretty cool with all this spinning here. There's a lot of character in the trunk here. That's funny, when you just thought you knew the front of your tree, you look at the other side and it's pretty cool looking as well. And this one looks, the side looks very messy. All this Deadwood doesn't really, and it looks like this part is dying because of it not being, it doesn't have any branches alive or anything. I think that's why it's dying, but it could look cool. I guess we'll see. But I think, as also per usual, I'll keep this branch and then later decide if I want to keep it or if I am gonna take it off and make a literati style where I begin the tree from up here. Or maybe if I do this as the first branch and then turn this into the trunk. Oh, it's not very bendable. Because these two aren't too far apart, I guess. These two branches. And I do apologize for the wind. There's a lot of it today, but there's no lights in my workshop these days, so I have to be outside, and therefore the wind. I hope the microphone cover or something can cover it up, but yeah, I'll just get to it and see where we go. This one is growing up. This was a last resort because I didn't have I wasn't able to make the 2-branch principle when I wired this branch, so now I am able to. I'll do this one to pull it down again, and then do this one, and then try to make this my secondary branch on the trunk here. And as I think you can see, I made some wire marks in the bark here on the trunk, which I think is not too bad on Potentillas, because later the bark peels off like this, so when it peels off, it sort of pretty quickly hides the fact that there's wire marks, has been wire marks in the trunk, so it's all good. And when I'm wiring, I always have my finger just behind the wire so I don't snap the branch, and I have full control when applying it. Go. here on this very, very thin branch. I am just wiring very loosely to ensure that I don't leave any marks. I know I just said that wire marks isn't too bad on Potentillas, but I would still like to try not to make them. Starting to look like a pretty good pad. The reason why I want this branch instead of this one is both because it looks nicer, and it looks nicer because it's on the best spot on the elbow of the bend here on the tree, and also the fact that it's closer to this branch, as I just said earlier. So there's two reasons why. I'll cut this one off so I can see what I'm working with better. But I'm leaving it on so I have the option to use it for later. And now I'll break this branch off because it's very, very straight here and I can't really use it for anything, and it's not following the cool S shape of the trunk. So I'll break it off, and since I don't have any gin pliers, this will do, I hope. And maybe later I'll make a more clear cut, because this tree already has a lot of deadwood, so I'm just trying to get better, and I'll just see if I can use it later. And sorry for my voice, I have a little thing with my throat at the moment, but it'll get better soon, I'm sure. I find that gins hard to control sometimes. See, if I just keep pulling like I'm seeing in other videos, and that's the technique, I end up going too far down and maybe killing branches. So I'm having difficulties making gins, but I guess you just have to keep on trying to get better. Don't think I want to do any more to this gin right now. Now I just want to rewire this branch again, so it goes where I want. That's what wiring is all about, isn't it? I need to see the right angle of the tree. Just pruning back the tree so that I can see what I'm doing better, and also so I will promote growth on the lower branches, because As always with any tree or bush, which Potentillas technically are a bush species, but they'll always send most growth to the top of the tree. So I try to limit it to promote growth further down the tree. Now I have the same problem as I had down here when I wired this one. This one previously, it's the same one I want to wire again. I don't have anything to tie it to, so I'll use this Deadwood. Well, I'll probably use this other branch on the back. I don't know if I'll cut this one away or if I'll actually use it. But it does have a cool shape. Maybe I need some guy wire for this one to here so that the bend gets more drastic as I make the taper. And now of course I hope that I have some branches coming out here so I can continue establishing branches, and I want to have them be thinner and thinner up here and closer to each other so that the tapering will be nicely looking. But that's a problem for next year, I guess, because we are going into autumn now. It is autumn, so the trees are, as you say, shutting down. So it's a pretty good time to wire because they don't grow that much, and the trees will have a good time so that the branches set with the wire on without leaving marks. But I think I'll apply a guy wire here. As you can see now, the bend is very drastic, but the bend I want is all the way in here. This is the important part. This is not going to be the taper. I'll establish a new branch maybe with one of the smaller ones coming up here. So it's just to achieve the bend here that I want. That follows the S shape of the trunk here. It was a bit straight here, and I salted with the guy wire and some aluminum wire. And that is going to be it for this video. I pruned it a lot and did a lot, but it needed a lot of work. I hope you enjoyed the video. A like and subscribe would really help this channel a lot, and me and my girlfriend stream. Also, I will soon update you on the process of us buying a house and renovating a house. Thank you for watching.